Hey guys, welcome to your channel. I am going to give you some guidelines regarding today's Hindu newspaper. Let's pick up one very important and meaningful quotation from today's Hindu newspaper article. This quotation is given by the Justice Howard. Though it is said that Howard himself is not so much responsible or not so much committed, but whatever he says it still bears meaning to judiciary. The justice should not only be done, but should manifestly and undoubtedly be seen to be done in an aphorism. That means the purpose and the method of manifestation of the purpose of justice and the manifestation of the justice both should be done as per an aphorism. Means the both should be done in such a way that there should not be any single method of doubt, so that it is axiomatically being correct. Means there should not be the justice, the purpose of justice and the manifestation of justice should be such that it itself automatically derives its legitimacy from people and from constitution. Picking up two articles from Hindu's opinion column, an illustrative case, has the Supreme Court been discredited? Both the article actually discusses the ethical questions, ethical dilemma related with any kind of sexual harassment case evolved in Supreme Court, whether it is judge, whether it is other judges, or whether it is employee. So we have to. This is a very important topic. Till now, we have seen that there is an sexual harassment committee in everywhere, right? In every institution, whether public or private. What about any committee, sexual harassment committee in Supreme Court? And what should be its proper constitution? How it can be done in a fair and transparent way without being influenced by the persons who are already in power. So these things are very important. So this you might find a question in ethics paper. This is a topic for ethics paper as well as also for GS2. So ethical issue of Supreme Court as an institution. Then who will judge the judges? If common people do mistakes, then judiciary punishes them. But if judges make mistakes, then who will punish them? Yeah, who will judge them? This is a very important thing here, because then we have to find out the root of if any sexual allegations comes or if any allegation of sexual harassment comes against Supreme Court judges, then what should be the procedure to deal with it? Obviously, the normal procedure cannot be instituted against in such cases. Normal procedure means you cannot go to a police station and file a case. Then what should be the method? The General Sensitization Internal Complaints Committee. General Sensitization Internal Complaints Committee is there in Supreme Court to review any matter of sexual harassment, and it includes judges, Supreme Court judges, Supreme Court employees, and even lawyers of Supreme Court also. But the irony is that the word judges means it leaves the CVI. And the most important thing is that to inquiry any person under this complaints committee, it must have to be first approved by the CGI. Means CGI must have to grant for the inquiry. Only then inquiry can be constituted. But what about CGI? If CGI himself does such kind of mistakes, then what is the procedure to deal with them? This is a very question. It has been, for example, there are some cases like impeachment of Supreme Court judges. There are various aspects in Indian Constitution that it has no solution, because till now such kind of situation has not been arrived till now. And in India, when the Constitution was framed, for example, uses a president. He has the power. A president is regarded as such kind of a personality that it is believed that he cannot do any mistakes. In that is the Supreme Court judges, there was an absence of any process, because it was believed that they are the gods of judiciary, they cannot do mistakes. But if any situation occurs, then how to deal with them? This is very important for UPSC, because these are some novel crises. As an administrator, you must have to deal with novel crisis every day. So the thing is that who will deal with CGI? right? And apart from CGI, if allegation comes against any person, then there is also a problem. The inquiry committee is actually under the mentorship of CGI, and the persons who constitute inquiry committee, they are under the mentorship of CGI. Yeah, CGI is senior to them. In such cases, these persons, the inquiry persons also bear respect, and as well as some kind of mental deterrent to CGI because of various reasons. Because the person CVI is still under administrative authority, right? He is still performing functions. The thing is that if any complaints comes against any judges, yeah, against CVI, the person does not automatically loses his position. He still retains his administrative positions. And CGI, then if when there is a CGI and he constituted a committee, then what is the proof, that what is the guarantee that there is a transparent inquiry without being influenced by the CGI? So how these problems should be addressed? This is your duty to think out. Here, one solution you can give is that an external committee of inclusive nature. External committee of inclusive nature. External means how the members are retired judges, so that there is no matter of promotion, there is no matter of government influence, so that they can do their duty independently. They are retired judges, and in case of sexual harassment, the committee should be mostly headed by women, and there should be some people dedicated for the women causes. In this way, an external committee of inclusive nature can help to investigate allegations of sexual harassment cases related with Supreme Court. Another some important article is Center to invest rupees 4.5 crore in shell-based Matan project. This is very important. The government, for the first time, even it is one of the most biggest initiative across the world, where government has funded for a large project which will experiment in vitro meat culture, where meat will be produced in a laboratory. So the key terms here is cultured meat, cell-based meat, in vitro cultivation, and tissue engineering. These are some keywords here. You can try to find out what each word constitutes. Yeah, what this mean. Now coming to the point, it is funded by Department of Biotechnology. It has approved a project to develop methods to cultivate stem cells from tissue sample of sheep. And who are the organizations who will conduct this research? Center for Cellular and Molecular Biology, who works under CSIRR, Center for Scientific and Industrial Research, as well as National Research Center on Meat, who works under Indian Council of Agricultural Research. These two premier institutions will carry on the research project to cultivate stem cells from tissue sample of sheep, or one word you can say, to develop cultured meat or cell-based meat. And another some concerns, another some ethos from Main's point of view, that what are the advantages or what are the disadvantages. One great advantages which the ethical supporters will favor is the ethical issue, the slaughtered problem. There is a great controversy related with slaughters. So this problem of slaughtering the animals will be carried away with this project, with such kind of experiment. And some other here prelims point of view try to find out the Salmonella bacteria, E. coli infection. There will be an absence of all these problems in case of laboratory meat. But what some kind of disadvantages also we have to think out, because the India's export value is much more now from this sector, exporting meat. And apart from this, a large kind of population is also related with this thing. And some other is adaptability nature, right? Whether human body can adopt them or not, to what and associated problems. In that way, you have to also and in one way you can say that it will push or it will reduce the burden of using some pasture land for animals, and it can be those pasturland can be later converted for the agricultural purposes, and in this way it will be boosting for agricultural production also. In that way you have to prepare advantages and disadvantages from mains point of view. Another important article, it is very important article, BT brinjal being grown in Haryana. This article actually relates with the illegal growing of BT brinjal, which poses very great threat and security purposes, and it is actually carrying biohazard contamination. Illegal growing without the approval of genetic engineering appraisal committee is a very serious threat, because it might spread biohazard contamination, which is a very serious causes. So the thing is that here from mains point of view, you have to find out the critically analyze the role of genetic engineering appraisal committee at current scenario. And from prelims point of view, we have to find out that what is the purposes, constitution of this committee. This is an statutory committee. This is headed by actually this works under Ministry of Environment and Climate Change, and any special secretary or additional secretary of Ministry of Environment and Climate Change chairs the committee, additionally co-chaired by a representative of Ministry of Department of Biotechnology. Right, these are important from prelims point of view, and equally important for prelims point of view, that what are the approval works entrusted with this committee. They approve some proposals dealing with living modified organisms. They approve proposals dealing with genetically engineered organisms and their trial in environment. They deal with proposals dealing with large-scale use of hazardous living microorganisms and recombinant combination in research and industrial production. In this way, you have to prepare for mains and prelims point of view from this article.